Well, there you go. A massive thank you to Ed Gamble, to Sam Ryder, Mummy Linda, Orna, Luscious Lottie, Pina Colada Cardwell, Nigel Dix for keeping us on air, producer Ben. And to all of you lovely lot at home for getting involved. Next week I'll be back live at 3 p.m. and it's karaoke time with The Fizz. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I'll be back next Saturday. But as ever, this is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Anthony Birchley. The new Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, has said
relate to the same complainant. The charge...
BBC News at 6 o'clock. This is Anthony Birchley. The Manchester United footballer Mason Greenwood has been charged with several offences, including attempted rape. He's due to appear before magistrates on Monday. Helena Wilkinson reports.
The Crown Prosecution Service said that it had authorised Greater Manchester Police to charge Mason Greenwood. He is facing 3 counts: attempted rape, engaging in controlling and coercive behaviour, and assault. All 3 charges relate to the same complainant. The charges were authorised following a review of evidence received from Greater Manchester Police. The footballer, who has played for England once, was arrested in January. At that time, he was suspended from playing or training with his club until further notice.
The new Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, has warned of possible tax rises and spending cuts as the government makes drastic changes to its economic strategy less than 6 weeks after Liz Truss took office. Mr Hunt said continued instability on the markets meant it was important to reverse some of the pledges of his predecessor, Kwasi Kwarteng, who was sacked by the Prime Minister yesterday. He also signalled that difficult decisions would be needed across the board. David Gauke is a former Conservative MP as well as Lord Chancellor and Justice Secretary. He says Jeremy Hunt is a safe pair of hands.
He has demonstrated that you've got to face up to reality. The fact that he's talking about taxes as well as spending, I think, is realistic. I don't think there's any way in which we can simply say that we've done enough on tax to fill in the black hole in the public finances.
A bus driver has died in the West Midlands after suffering an apparent medical episode behind the wheel of an empty bus. The double-decker crashed into a wall outside a house in Albury this morning. 2 women have denied causing criminal damage to the frame of one of Van Gogh's sunflower paintings. The artwork had soup thrown at it in the National Gallery yesterday. Anna Holland, who's 20 and from Newcastle, and 21-year-old Phoebe Plummer from Lambeth in London pleaded not guilty at Westminster Magistrates Court. Security forces in Iran are said to have opened fire on anti-government protesters as a nationwide internet shutdown continues. Demonstrations have been going on in the country since the death in custody of a young woman who was detained for allegedly not wearing her mandatory hijab correctly. Kazra Naji reports.
So far, there have been reports of more protests in at least 5 cities, including the capital, Tehran. In the city of Ardabil in the northwest of the country, there are reports of security forces opening fire on the demonstrators. The Turkish-speaking city has been on edge since Wednesday, when the security forces attacked protesting schoolchildren.
And the weather, it'll be a breezy night with cloud and scattered showers in the north and west, clearer skies everywhere else. That's the BBC News at 6:03.